It all started with a piece of papyrus, old and brittle, hidden in a forgotten corner of the great library of Alexandria. It wasn't a map or decree, but a prophecy, written in looping hieroglyphs that seemed to flicker in Cleopatra's private chambers. The words spoke of a coming darkness, a shadow from Rome threatening to swallow Egypt. This prophecy was different. It spoke not just of armies but of ancient magic, the kind that built pyramids and made the Nile flood. When the eagle threatens the cobra, a daughter of Isis must build a mountain of stone in the moon's shadow. It described a hidden sanctuary, a final defense for Egypt's soul. Cleopatra read the words again and again, feeling a cold dread settle in her bones. She knew the eagle was Rome, and she was the cobra, protector of her people. The prophecy was a call to action, not just poetry. It ended with a chilling line. The treasure within must sleep, guarded by silence and shadow, until the sands themselves forget. This wasn't about gold. It was about Egypt's ancient knowledge, its spells, its history, its very essence. Cleopatra understood. She must build a vault, a fortress for her kingdom's soul. As the moon rose over Alexandria, Cleopatra made her decision. She would answer the call. She would build the secret pyramid. Cleopatra saw the prophecy as a warning, not a story. Rome's power was growing, and charm would not protect Egypt forever. The prophecy confirmed her fears. The end was near, and only she could prepare. This wasn't a battle for soldiers, it was a battle for Egypt's spirit. She would preserve the legacy of the pharaohs, the magic of the gods. The secret pyramid would be a library for Egypt's soul, not a tomb. She couldn't trust anyone, not generals, not courtiers. The burden was hers alone. She needed loyal people, devoted to Egypt itself. Every sunset felt like a countdown. Cleopatra began to plan, using her brilliance and secrecy. The pyramid had to be built at night, in a remote desert, hidden from all eyes. The prophecy was a blueprint for hope. For Cleopatra, it was the only hope left. Cleopatra's plan demanded absolute secrecy. She gathered her most loyal guards, the Magi, and the high priests of Isis. They became her silent commanders. The workers were skilled craftsmen, not slaves, sworn to secrecy by oath. They worked by moonlight, their torches flickering against rising stone walls. The site was hidden in a desolate valley, camouflaged by day, alive with silent purpose by night. Orders were given by hand signals, tools were muffled with cloth. Huge stones moved quietly over greased sand. It was a silent ballet, a mountain of stone rising without a sound. The pyramid grew, night by night, a secret known only to the moon and Cleopatra's shadow army. No one outside the valley suspected a thing. The queen's fortress of knowledge took shape in utter silence. Egypt's soul was being hidden, stone by stone. At the pyramid's core was the serpent chamber, a vault for Egypt's magic, not a tomb. Its entrance was hidden, protected by a deadly sequence of hieroglyphs. Inside, black obsidian walls shimmered with golden glowing symbols, wards and curses pulsing with ancient power. The air was charged, the room alive and watchful. Traps filled the chamber pressure plates, poison gas, and illusions. Cleopatra and the priests of Anubis designed these defenses for more than thieves. They were meant for magicians and traitors. At the center, on a golden pedestal, sat a small lapis lazuli box inlaid with silver stars. It held not gold, but the magical knowledge of Egypt, spells, prophecies, secrets to speak with the gods. This was Cleopatra's final gift, hope, hidden in the pyramid's heart. The soul of Egypt would endure, waiting in silence. Every queen has a traitor. For Cleopatra, it was Kahotep, trusted advisor, secretly consumed by ambition. He noticed the queen's secret meetings, the late-night departures, the missing supplies. Piece by piece, he uncovered the secret of the pyramid. Using spies and bribes, Kahotep learned of the hidden valley and the serpent chamber. He imagined the power he could wield if he stole the magical box. His plan was silent and cunning. No open rebellion, just quiet betrayal. He bribed a guard for the entry sequence, believing he could outwit the queen. Kahotep saw himself as Egypt's new master, destined for greatness, but his arrogance blinded him. He didn't realize Cleopatra was always one step ahead. The pyramid's defenses were ready for a traitor. Kahotep's greed would be his undoing. The queen's secret was more dangerous than he could ever imagine. The stage was set for his downfall. Kahatep waited for Cleopatra's absence, then slipped into the secret pyramid. He pressed the hieroglyphs, the wall opened, and he entered the serpent chamber. The glowing symbols pulsed red, warning him, but he pressed on. He avoided the traps he knew, feeling invincible. But Cleopatra had set a false path for traitors. The bridge he crossed was real, until the magic judged him. Light flared, the air crackled, and Kahatep was caught in the pyramid's curse. His body twisted, skin turning to stone, face frozen in horror. Kahatep became a grotesque statue, the first and last guardian of the serpent chamber. He had sought power, but became a warning to all who followed. The pyramid defeated him without a single weapon drawn. Cleopatra's magic protected Egypt's soul. The traitor's fate was sealed in silence and stone. The secret remained safe. The queen's plan had worked. With Kahatep gone, Cleopatra knew the time had come. The pyramid was finished, its heart sealed. Rome's threat was near. Her reign was ending. She gathered her shadow army one last time. Instead of punishment, she rewarded them and cast a spell of forgetting. Memories of the pyramid vanished. Workers returned home, believing they'd built a temple. Only Cleopatra and her priests remained. They sealed the entrance, then called upon the desert's magic. Sandstorms rose, burying the pyramid beneath a new dune. Within an hour, it vanished from sight, hidden as if for 1,000 years. Cleopatra turned away, her duty done. Egypt's knowledge was safe, entrusted to the silence of the sand. The world would forget. The secret would sleep. The queen's legacy was hidden, waiting for the future. For nearly 2,000 years, the pyramids slept beneath the desert. Empires rose and fell. Cleopatra faded into legend. The world changed, but the pyramid remained hidden, its magic keeping it secret. Nomads passed the dune, hearing whispers on the wind, echoes of ancient power. The serpent chamber's magic endured, golden hieroglyphs glowing in darkness. Kahatep's stone form stood watch, the lapis box pulsing like a sleeping heart. The pyramid waited, built not just to hide, but to be found when the world was ready. Archaeologists began to search the sands, piecing together Egypt's story. They knew Cleopatra's legend, but not her final secret. The time of forgetting was ending. The sands grew restless. The pyramid's long wait was almost over. Egypt's soul was ready to awaken. Amir was no archaeologist, just a traveler, a storyteller drawn to the great dune by a feeling he couldn't explain. A fierce storm stripped away the sand, revealing the pyramid's peak. Amir found the entrance, opened the ancient door, and stepped inside. He wandered the silent corridors, torchlight flickering on pristine hieroglyphs. In the serpent chamber, he saw the glowing symbols, the chasm, and Kahatep's stone warning. Amir's heart was pure. The magic sensed his respect. The trap stayed silent. The symbols glowed with welcome. He crossed the bridge, approached the lapis box, and touched it gently. A voice filled his mind, not words, but a feeling, Cleopatra's echo. It spoke of love for Egypt and a warning. This knowledge is the soul of my people. Protect it. Wait for a world that values wisdom over gold. Amir understood. He was not meant to use the knowledge, but to guard it. He left the chamber, sealed the pyramid, and became the next link in a chain of silence. The secret endured, passed from queen to traveler, waiting for the world to be ready. The story of Egypt's soul continued, hidden beneath the sands. The queen's echo lingered, a whisper of hope for the future. The pyramid slept once more, its secret safe. The legend lived on.